Hey guys, it's Jake. I got another disc review for you today. Today we're talking about the MVP Relay. The Relay is a fairway driver, speed 6, glide 5, -2 turn, and a 1 fade. I'd agree with those numbers pretty much across the board. The turn, that -2, is not the way it comes. You know, when you first buy it, it's probably closer to a -1, but I do think it gets there after you beat it in a little bit, and it doesn't take that much to get it there. So I'll talk to you a little bit about the individual discs that I was throwing today, and then we'll get into some more details on the flights, as well as I'll show you some footage from what I had. So first off, I was throwing, this is a Neutron 172 in sort of a neon green. This is the one I've had the longest. It's taken quite a bit of abuse now. You can see the smudge actually on the front where I skipped another disc off of it today. And that seems pretty permanent now. So that's one. Then I have sort of a copy. This is a 174 in yellow, but this is a much newer, fresher Neutron Relay. And then the last one I have is a Cosmic Neutron Relay with the Gyropalooza 2020 stamp that I got in the gyro pack this year. So those will be the discs that I'm throwing. For context, I throw around 400 feet max distance, and I probably throw the Relay around between 330 and 350 normally for distance. So as you're, listening to this, keep that in mind. But yeah, with that, we can hop over to the footage. So the Relay is the perfect fairway driver in my opinion. I've never found another fairway driver that flies as uniquely as this one. Just how straight it can be, and how the turn that it develops happens to work. So I don't know if it's the gyro effect of the overmold or what, but this disc, when it gets to turning, it doesn't turn right away. It tends to fly really straight most of the way, and then right about the point where you expect it to start to fade, that's when it starts to turn. It's really strange sometimes to watch, but it can be really nice for those, the shots that end and finish to the right. Versus like other discs that I've thrown that are similar would be like a Leopard or a River, and they can do those flights, but they're much harder to consistently hit that path, the flight path, and they tend to turn a little earlier in their flight path. There's probably a little bit more glide on those discs than there is on the Relay. Like it definitely has a lot of glide, but I don't think you'll ever beat a River for glide. So yeah, that's probably the one thing that I would add if I could make this, the perfect fairway. This disc I absolutely love in the woods. It's one of the few that I can trust to just always hold straight and hit those lines. Once it beats in, you can hyzer flip it perfectly straight down a corridor. They're really nice for forehanding, actually. So I don't have a great forehand, but if you flick it down a line, it tends to hold pretty straight for me without much effort, which is kind of nice. What else? So the Neutron versus the Cosmic Neutron, there's something there that, and I don't know if it's just the specific discs I have or not, because I only have the one Cosmic Neutron disc, but the Neutron ones tend to feel more flippy. This Cosmic Neutron seems a bit more overstable, so it's been beat up pretty good now, and it seems like it turns over about the same as a brand new Neutron one for me. So, and it doesn't seem like it's changed a lot. It wasn't that overstable to begin with, so it just feels like it's holding its stability a lot longer, and maybe it just hasn't hit enough trees the right way yet, but as it stands, it tends to hold up its stability a bit longer. It's really just a great disc for anyone too. Like, this disc works whether you've got a big arm or a weak arm, just because you're really only trying to throw it at a very specific kind of speed anyway, because it's a fairway. You're not trying to max it out, so it makes it really nice if you're big arm, you can power down a lot and really concentrate on hitting your lines in the woods with it. That's what I kind of love. But if you have a sort of weaker arm, it's got room to grow into it when you're really new. But once it's beat in, it can be pretty easy for a newer arm to at least get it to hold straight, if not flip over a little bit, which can be nice when you're first starting out and trying to get a distance driver. It can be hard to find those discs that are going to fly straight for you or flip over at all. So I think it's definitely usable regardless of your skill level. Like I said, you can forehand it, you can backhand it. The forehand's obviously going to require a little bit more finesse as you put power on it. But yeah, I just can't recommend this disc enough. If I can't throw an Envy, I'm probably going to throw one of these guys. This is my probably second favorite disc overall. I hope to have a bunch more of these in rotation so I can start wearing them in kind of evenly and have a bit of a variety and bag a couple of them at a time. So yeah, you'll expect to see a few of these in my upcoming In the Bags, I'm sure. And other than that, if you guys have any of your own thoughts on the relay, any questions for me, feel free to drop a comment. Otherwise, keep an eye out and subscribe. I'll have some more reviews coming out in the future. Yeah, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.